Hello friend, welcome back to Toyota Maintenance YouTube channel. A few days ago I posted video of this Tacoma, 97 Tacoma, which came for the starter replacement. But first, before changing starter, I saw that excessive white smoke from the tailpipe. The truck was sitting here today. After I replaced the starter, I made a note to the owner that this is happening and it should be diagnosed, right? So you can see it here, extremely excessive white smoke, and he wants me to find out what's happening with it. I hope I can find some time to film it, and I know you are guys really interested in this white smoke, and you guys actually gave a lot of comments on that video. And it really got a lot of comments just in 23 hours. I can read some of them, right? Happy 543210, burning antifreeze, blown head gasket. It got a 8 thumbs up. Nature Boys, yeah, looks more like coolant in combustion than oil, probably head gasket. I will do 5 gas analyzer and check for hydrocarbons in the coolant. That got 2 thumb up. D. Harnas, did the customer seafoam the truck prior to bringing it in, or blown head gasket? Doug Fairweather, blown head gasket, water in the oil, grinding noise. Did notice a drop of water come from the exhaust pipe as well. And I mentioned it in that previous video, but this poor Taco is older, right? And it has approximately 250,000 miles. So what do you will start with, right? Basics, obviously. Let's look in the engine oil. So here comes dipstick, excuse me. This is the oil. Is it only oil or is the coolant in it? Hard to tell, but I think it was just a clean oil. Let's pull one more sample. This is brand new situation for this truck. That owner said that's something new to him and he didn't even see anything like that happen. Alright. If I will be in doubt with the dipstick, right, because it has a very small amount, what's about this engine oil filler cap? Let's see how that looks underneath. Some of you said, oh, there will be a milkshake in the engine oil, right? Or in the coolant. Look, there is absolutely zero vapor on this cap. So that's interesting. Again, if it was head gasket, which was in the like a late stage, right? That will be definitely bunch of coolant on this, but this is clear. And while looking inside, right, even in that opening, I don't see any milkshake, I don't see any coolant, anything like that inside in this head, or let's put on this side of the engine, right? It's a V6. This engine is cold, it was sitting outside, I was working on different car earlier. So what's about the radiator and the coolant, right? If we have a blown head gasket and the engine will be entering the cooling system, this will be a big mess here, right? A little bit of pressure. I can see the quality of this cap. The rubber is kind of falling apart tiny bit. You can see it here, right? But again, I don't see anything. This is a normal radiator cap. And just for your info, this is not some kind of staged video, right, where I diagnosed it first and now acting here. This is life. I'm trying to figure out what is, if this truck, what is causing that white smoke. I have no idea. The same way like you. So far nothing here, but let's go look on that exhaust, right? Is there some residue, or is the oil coming out of it, or how is it looking? So I put a light here, and in my opinion, I'm pretty sure you will agree, this is absolutely normal. I don't see signs of anything here. Now, some of you said, oh, watch underneath a truck. If it's draining some coolant, it will be on the ground if you have a cracked block. It was for a while idling right here, right? Is this oil or water? It's definitely water. Let me smell it. Oh yeah, it really stinks like some poisonous gas. I will not say it smells like a coolant, but something really nasty and poisonous. Oi. Now when it came for the starter and it was smoking, I just really quickly put the scanner on the car because it had a kind of rough times, right? It wasn't idling correctly. There wasn't any check engine light yesterday, and I found yesterday P0303, which is misfire on number 3. I erased it immediately to see if it will come back, but as you can see right now there's no code whatsoever, and just backing it out right after that starter repair, leaving it outside and coming here, there is no codes yet. There are no codes. And that code made me thinking. The first time I ever met this truck, it actually came here for misfire. I filmed it for you. It was diagnosis of misfire. And the code was on number 4, which is right here in the middle, right? So the 4 is driver's side. On this, bang. Now we are saying number 3, right? There was a store code number 3. Well, that will be on this side, on the passenger side, right in the middle. So what do you say? Shall we get down there and at least check out that spark plug? I bet we should. To create easy access to that spark plug. Oh, that's interesting. Why this clamp completely loose? Look at this. Who was doing what here? This is not tight at all. What he told me recently, he got service some alignment, and whoever did alignment said that he needs a brake booster. Right there, there is a brand new brake booster. I looked on that vacuum hose, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just wondering why this part, this one clamp is loose. Well, we'll see, right? We shall see. Just a little bit. So here is really quickly that brand new brake booster installed by someone, and this is that vacuum supply line, and that all seems to be okay to me. Here you should have pretty good view of the number 3, right? 135 246. It's the one in the middle, so I will disconnect the electrical connector to it. This is 10 millimeter, right? You guys know it, you saw it in many videos. And I should be able to pull carefully this coil up without damaging anything. Alright, now what's about the spark plug? I will preach again. Don't ever use power tools on removing spark plugs. You don't know if it's not stuck there, right? You don't want to strip the thread. That repair will be extremely costly and it's absolutely unnecessary. So the torque was good. Actually, looking in the history, I replaced those spark plugs with original correct ones while I was dealing with that misfire. I really can't wait to see this plug. Will there be any sign of coolant or what? We will find out. Let's see. That's interesting. I didn't look at it yet in close. But what is on it? It's completely wet, right? Look at it. It's completely wet plug. So because of the camera and there was no space, I didn't even look at it before I show it to you. But it's completely wet. It's not oil, it's way thinner. So, yep. And it stinks the same way like the water I found on the ground, right, on the concrete. It's that same burnt, weird, smells like poisonous, really bad smell. So I'm afraid we found the problem. We have a coolant coming into the cylinder number 3 and maybe more of those, right? I don't know yet, but now I can continue with checking other spark plugs. But this, well, let's go look on the number 1. I disconnected that wire again, right? Carefully pull it out. Hopefully I can. Oh, interesting. This one doesn't want to go out. Okay, now it went. Just separate it right here. That's okay. And as I said before, you have a privilege to experience it live. I didn't deal with it before. This is not a scripted, some kind of show or something. You can see with me at the real time what I'm discovering. Will be the number 1 also flooded? What do you think? I don't know. I think, again, I'm showing it immediately to you. This one seems to be perfectly dry. No presence of any wetness, right? Look, I'm putting it on the glove and there's no matter, no fluid staying on the rubber of the glove. This spark plug is completely dry. Alright, what we will find in the number 5 cylinder? Huh? Let's see. I will guess that there is really only number 3, which is wet, because there was that misfire, right? That coat, despite the fact there was an engine light on, there was a coat misfire on number 3, which is in the middle, and that spark plug was wet. So how is this one? Again, I will not even look at it. I will show it to you directly. I believe this one, these tips have a perfect color, right? They are burning correctly and it's completely dry. You can see. And what about the spark plugs on the bank too? So let's start with removing spark plug on the number 2 cylinder. Will it go? I gotcha, huh? No power tools. And the computer nicely warned us about that. Yep, I believe you will agree, and you can see it. This is dry. It's absolutely, the tips, everything, the electrodes are absolutely dry. Okay, here, ready for the 4. But doable. And yes, I believe, again you can see it, perfectly dry spark plug. You can see. Last but not least, number 6. They were good. I love it. How is the last one? I believe it's perfectly dry. Right, you can see it. Nothing is coming on my hand. I would like to turn the engine, right? Few rotations using the starter. So I will remove that EFI 15 amp fuse, which is right here. All my ignition coils are sitting on the side and they are disconnecting right from its wires. And I would like to see how much of that coolant is present in that number 3 cylinder. Did you just see that? I'm afraid my camera is completely wasted. Oh my goodness. That's it. I couldn't see really from the cabin what happened, so I reviewed the footage. Did you see that splash of the green coolant? Oh my god. And obviously here the dumbest person of the year, right? If you expect that something might come out of that cylinder, why you will put the camera right in front of it, right? It wasn't at the angle, huh? Poo. I'm just not thinking, and I just bought that gear like 2 weeks ago. Yeah. But I honestly didn't expect so much coolant coming out after such a short time, right? I was working on it for like 30 minutes only, removing those plugs before it was running, and there was so much coolant in number 3 cylinder. After I thoroughly cleaned my video gear, I rotated the starter that engine again, but nothing was splashing after the 3. But now with using this light I can clearly see, you can see the top of this piston and it's perfectly dry. I can scratch it right with this screwdriver slightly. This one also the same. I can go touch it and it's nicely dry there, I can see it. But right here, my friend, I see that coolant, that piston, it's in the highest position right now. As you can see, the screwdriver is not coming down there. And anytime I pull this out, there is that green coolant on it. So I can actually finally see it. Obviously the opening is small, but it's there. The coolant sits there. It's amazing. So now we all know why it's that excessive white smoke coming out of the tailpipe, right? We are burning coolant in the cylinder number 3. So I will need to go and finish this report for the customer and let them know what's happening with their truck. And I still don't know if it's a blown head gasket or cracked head, right? We don't know. We just know there is a presence of the coolant. But what is obvious, this repair will be not cheap. And I don't expect that the customer will take it and say, hey, I will just try to use some of those head gasket sealer things which you put in your radiator. But we never know, they might. And as usual, if you ever experience similar situations, similar or identical repairs, please share it with others. It's one of the main reasons why I'm making these videos. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I'm pretty sure you found it pretty entertaining watching me splashing that coolant all over my video gear. And make sure you are subscribed because I have way more videos coming your way soon. Thank you for watching and have a great day, my friend.